Do you know what holds you back in life? Why you don't really have what you want? Or why you're still struggling with anxiety and maybe feel in general stuck? Well, the reason is not your circumstances you're in, or the people you're dealing with, or your bad luck. The reason is that you're held back by your beliefs, and especially your limiting core beliefs.
Welcome to Get Real with me, Dr. Friedemann. If you want to live with greater purpose, authenticity, and empowerment, this is your time to upgrade your belief systems, unlock your true potential, and discover the endless possibilities of you becoming the creator of your life.
Now, beliefs in general are a topic that I think is incredibly important, but we usually don't talk about, and we usually don't get taught what to do with beliefs. But beliefs are ultimately the way the subconscious mind is defining your personal universe. When you think about, how you grew up, let's say you had some bad experiences. You sang in front of the class and everyone was laughing. You had a parent who always told you, well, you're not smart enough, or you do things wrong. And maybe you had some friends that all of a sudden ditched you and felt like, well, there are some other people that are more interesting. Well, probably at some point you didn't feel very comfortable and very safe. And that's a moment when the subconscious says, oh, hold on here, we have to do something. And that means we have to make sense out of this so that you are not getting hurt. And this is when beliefs start. They kind of give the subconscious a playbook on what's the best way to navigate through this life unharmed. And a limiting belief such as, I am not good enough, can come from those experiences. Now, a belief is like a really huge filter. It's massive, because it really keeps out a lot of the information and lets in only the information that makes sense to the belief. So if you imagine yourself walking through life like this, you left and right, don't see it. All you see is this little tunnel vision of the things that your subconscious is highlighting. And when you don't feel good enough, you probably have been highlighting every fault, everything that went wrong, every person that has rejected you throughout the years, because that fits in to the belief. Now, I personally have believed I'm not good enough, so I know how one day I had to give a speech, and afterwards there was some evaluation, and I got 28 good ones, and one was critical. Well, naturally I was focusing only on the one that was critical. All the other ones I completely ignored. Didn't matter, didn't really fit into my system. So when you have a limiting belief, you usually live under its guardianship, and you don't even know it. You just have a distorted way of seeing the world and yourself. And for anxiety, for example, the beliefs that keep us anxious are the beliefs like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not safe, I cannot trust anyone, or I'm not lovable, I don't fit in. In my practice, I find that these are the most common beliefs that keep the anxiety fueled, because all we can see is there's just more danger to get rejected or get ridiculed or harmed out there. And so we either go into avoidance mode and try to stay invisible, or we go into pleasing mode and try to get approval from others. So what are you going to do with a belief? I mean, obviously, since they come from way back, wouldn't it be nice if we could just take a time machine, erase the past, and all would be good? Well, there is actually something like a time machine. It's called timeline therapy or pattern resolution process. And these are things I'm working with, and they do allow you on a subconscious level to literally go back and see your past from a different perspective, resolve some of those old questions and confusions that your subconscious has held on to, and literally rewrite history. The problem is that doesn't necessarily change your beliefs. Because if you have, even though, maybe you have done some work, maybe you have done a lot of counseling and you really felt like I talked about the past and I worked through it and I feel like I don't have any longer nightmares of what happened there, but you still have that belief. You still don't feel safe, or you still don't feel good enough. So you will still act accordingly and you will still see the world accordingly. And as it is with limiting beliefs, they are reinforcing themselves because we are creating self-fulfilling prophecies with them. As with I'm not good enough. If you do feel you're not good enough, let's say, for example, to have a relationship, well, chances are that you're not really the best self at your first date. Or that when you are in a relationship, that you're somehow sabotaging it. So that in the end, the relationship gonna end because you told yourself, well, see, it's happening what I already predicted would happen. I am not good enough. And you're not seeing that maybe you were just too needy or too closed off, or maybe you were not really fully invested because you were thinking that this relationship doesn't work out based on your belief. So limiting beliefs have a lot of power then also just to keep themselves going. So if you would just erase the past, the beliefs will still run your life. If that's not enough, what about letting go of the beliefs? Again, possible. Subconscious work is very much something you can do. However, if you would wake up one morning and you would have all those limiting beliefs gone, no more, I'm not lovable, I don't fit in, I don't measure up, well, your subconscious would have a crisis of identity because there would be a huge void. There would be a huge sense of, well, now what? And lo and behold, your subconscious, because it doesn't like the unknown, the uncertainty, that's why your subconscious doesn't like change, your subconscious would go back to the old belief. Because that's familiar. That's something it can relate to. Hi, Dr. Friedemann here. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. If you're interested in learning more about fear and anxiety, here you'll find guided meditations, webinars, and interviews with some of the most renowned experts in the field of empowerment. Delve into the over 230 videos and more to come every week.